Meeting of the Russell County Commission to order. Our invocation will be given by Commissioner Martin, and she will also lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. So everyone please stand.
Yes, please. Will you bow with me? Lord, we come into your presence with thanksgiving and praise, Lord. You're the reason why we're here this morning, and we as commissioners elected by the people, and we want to serve them because it is their government. We thank you for the business at hand, and may we approach it and decide according to your will. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen.
Amen.
Attention, salute, and pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. You may be seated. I didn't have any public comments. I don't see anybody in here that's not normal, so I guess we didn't have any. The roll call, please.
District 1 Lee.
Present.
District 2 Currington.
Here.
District 3 Martin. District 4 Reed.
Here.
District 5 Epps.
Here.
District 6 Corbett.
Here.
District 7 Scruggs. We've established a quorum, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Madam Administrator. Commissioners, you've received your minutes Monday afternoon. Have you had a chance to read over them? I hope. Are there any additions or corrections?
I move that we accept the minutes of our last meeting.
All right, the motion is made by Commissioner Martin to approve the minutes as presented. We have a second.
Second.
Seconded by Commissioner Corbett. Call the question.
District 1 Lee.
Yes.
District 3 Martin.
Yes.
District 4 Reed.
Yes.
District 5 Epps.
Yes.
District 6 Corbett.
Yes.
District 7 Scruggs. Yes. Yeah, unanimous vote.
Okay, skipping on down, I guess, to business items. Liquor license, Sam's Package Store, Sheriff Taylor.
Yes, sir. Good morning, and I hope everyone had a good week so far. We have a liquor license that had applied for us. It's new. It will be a store there in Fort Mitchell where the Rainbow Foods is at the end of that building. We've done our survey of everything, and we don't have any issues with the commission issuing them a permit.
You heard the request from the sheriff or from this company. I have a motion.
Commissioner Chair, I move that we accept the recommendation from the sheriff.
All right, motion is made by Commissioner Epps. We have a second.
Second.
Have a second by Commissioner Reed. Any discussion? Call the question.
District 1 Lee.
Yes.
District 3 Martin.
Yes.
District 4 Reed.
Yes.
District 5 Epps.
Yes.
District 6 Corbett.
Yes.
District 7 Scruggs.
Before you go ahead, Sheriff, I wanted to say something at the beginning of the meeting, and it just slipped my mind. I wanted to congratulate all the participants in the municipal election yesterday. Looks like, according to the turnout, a lot of people didn't realize we were having one. Of course, there wasn't a whole lot of contest in it. I think most of the city council went in unopposed, and I was surprised there wasn't more interest in a new elected school board. But anyway, just congratulating those that participated, those that won and those that didn't. Just wanted to say that. All right, Sheriff, next item.
The jail food bid is coming up. I request that Ms. Horn send out the food bid for us around the 28th of August and open the bids here in the courthouse chambers at 3 p.m. on the 17th of September.
You heard the request of Sheriff Taylor. Is there a motion?
I so move.
Motion is made by Commissioner Martin. We have a second.
Second.
Seconded by Commissioner Reed. Any discussion?
The only comment I'll have, and I don't know that it's even worth saying, but I will, it's not just food, right, Sheriff? It's for paper towels and other stuff as well.
It's supplies in the jail and the food. It's our cleaning supplies and the...
I know we've always called it the food bid. I just want to make sure we put that out there.
It's just
All right.
part of the food bid that we put in supplies,
Good.
paper plates, napkins, those types of things.
Any other discussion? Call the question.
District 1 Lee.
Yes.
District 3 Martin.
Yes.
District 4 Reed.
Yes.
District 5 Epps.
Yes.
District 6 Corbett.
Yes.
District 7 Scrooge. Unanimous vote.
All right, next, we have a tax abatement request, Mr. Cross and Mr. Culligan.
Yes, sir. Sean came to the work session Monday night. I was unable to be there. And he has some other information he would like to present to you. And I would like to say that I would like to go on the record as supporting this effort. And I'll turn it over to Sean.
Thank you, Victor. Can you hear me? Is this thing on? There we go. No, I couldn't hear his voice. Thank you, Victor, and thank you, Commissioners, for having me this morning. I appreciate your time. I'm here today on behalf of a new manufacturer in Russell County to request a tax abatement. I've put before you a package of the project details, and I'm just going to go through that to make it a little easier there. So the name of the company is Arbor Vita 8 LLC, and they're an Alabama licensed hemp processor and licensed hemp grower. They've purchased a 75,000 square foot building directly adjacent to JVL Laboratories off of Opelika Road. They'll be upgrading the building and installing over $2.3 million of new equipment for drying, processing, and extraction of hemp. The company's total investment is a little over $3.4 million. You see the chart under that breaks down the employment that they are committing to. It's a total employment in the first year of 14 employees. Of that, 4 of those will be business officers or their upper management, and their salaries are quite substantial. As you'll see, they're anywhere from $150,000 to $200,000. They're also adding 2 engineers and 8 hourly employees. They're committing to an entry wage of $15 to $25 an hour and an average wage of $50,000 to $70,000 an hour. So it is not outrageous in the number of employees, but the pay is fantastic, especially for our area. So we're certainly excited about that. Any questions before I go over the current taxing?
I'd like to ask you a question. How many employees again? Run that by me again. Total?
14 total in the first year.
First year?
Yes, sir.
And what about the next year?
The next year, I don't have those numbers. It'll be based on their growth. So it's possible they'll have to hire more seasonal workers and those kind of things, but right now, they're committing to 14 by the end of the first year. Any other questions? Okay, so, all right, so part of the conversation that we had on Monday was concerning the fact that they are purchasing an existing building, and because of that, there have been existing property taxes paid on that building over some years. And so I've had a conversation, we discussed the possibility of making them continue to pay their property taxes that they've paid over the past few years, but abating the incremental increase after the improvements are done to the building. So I had a conversation with the Alabama Department of Revenue, and based on their assessment of it and the state statute, we're not allowed to just abate the incremental increase. And so what I did from that is I put down what their taxes were in 2020 to give you guys an idea of what we would be talking about should you guys decide to consent to this. And to be honest, the tax numbers were a lot less than I really originally had expected. So in 2020, based on the GIS, and I've got that information in the packet below, that they paid $4,194 in property taxes last year, or excuse me, actually in 2020 based on this. And so that's the total amount. So I broke out, if my calculations are correct, approximately the county's portion of that is about $845 a year. So should you decide to move forward with consenting on the property taxes, because it's a 5-year abatement, your investment in this company would essentially be $4,225 over the period of that 5 years.
Okay, we need a motion, I guess, when we can ask questions. We have a motion. Let me just say, I think this is one of the ones that I would be in favor of. A lot of them we've done up here, I didn't think any.
Yeah, I want to discuss it, so I'll make a motion to approve.
Okay, now, making a motion does not obligate you to vote for it. Let me
Right.
just say that. All right, we have a motion by Commissioner Corbett to approve. We have a second. Okay, I'll second it.
All right, discussion.
Yes.
So a couple things I want to say. One, that's not a lot of money I actually feel better about it if we're only losing $845 a year. But we're gaining 14 jobs, and we're gaining several jobs that or management, I guess, of over $150,000 salary a year. That's huge for this area, in my opinion. Then the other is the 14 new jobs. I'm not big on wanting to do a lot of abatements, and I feel like, anytime we do one, it ought to be to create jobs, and that is definitely what this is doing. I asked you on Monday night, and just for the record here, this is not a business that will be competing with any other business that does this type of service.
That's correct, yes.
So that is big for me. I don't want to bait one that's going to put another one out of business. These will be new jobs for the area, and I think that's a very small investment on the county side. So I probably made the decision I am going to vote for it, so I just wanted to clear those before I move forward on it.
Okay, thank you, Commissioner.
question.
Let me, if I don't say what I had in my mind, I'll forget. This could be a potential benefit for not only this company, but for local farmers and so forth. I mean, maybe people don't quite understand what this is. This is a new product, I guess, is a CBD or CD oil that's being produced, and that's what this company will do. They'll take in the raw products and extract and produce this oil. And I know of a local person that tried to grow the hemp, and after he worked all summer trying to keep it growing, didn't have anywhere to market it.
Yep.
So I think not only would it benefit these new employees, it'll benefit the area that want to get into this business. So I just wanted to make that comment, Ms. Martin.
Sean, I want to hear an adverse of that. What, is there an adverse?
Is
For
there,
the county?
is there a con to this meeting? Is like, if we were doing pros and cons? Honestly, in my honest opinion, no ma'am. I think this is one of those situations, it is like what's already been said, it's brand new jobs. And there is, and we didn't talk about the direct and indirect impact of this, which is what Mr. Commissioner Lee referred to, is that you are going to be encouraging a lot of your local growers to grow this type of material. And what it does, so not only are they doing the CBD, but they're also going to use the hemp to make many other end-use products. Hemp is a very strong material once it's processed. So honestly not. I mean, this building has been the building has been used for a number of years for the folks that had it were the Rasmus family, and they used it for baseball training and that sort of thing, which great for the community, but not great in the taxing world. So this is a manufacturer, so it's not like it's a distributor of those. They actually will be manufacturing products. So, and personally, I think this is an extremely positive project for the area, and it's only going to grow. This world of hemp is I would be willing to say it's here. And so, especially over the next few years, you're going to see more and more of this type of thing. So it's on the cusp, especially for Alabama. It's on the cusp of what I can see growing leaps and bounds over the next few years.
Victor?
Madam Chair, I'm sorry.
Wait a minute.
Were you not finished, Commissioner?
Well, I basically want to know what the county would receive from it.
Okay. So,
That's kinda what I was
okay, my bad. I'm sorry. I misunderstood your question.
Okay.
So you'll receive, so as far as this is concerned, any new, so for 5 years, you won't be receiving anything. There will be abated the existing property taxes, which again are the $845 a year for the next 5 years. And any new equipment they purchase, so you guys, your sales tax goes to the school systems. And so you're not getting that anyway. So the school systems will get that. After the 5-year period, when the abatement comes off, you'll be receiving 100% of the property tax on the building that was, and any improvements that's made to increase the value of that, you'll be receiving those property taxes. So immediately is the county's investment in the project for the next 5 years.
Also, we're not abating the business license and
That's
the
correct.
fees that go with that. So
That's
we
correct.
will receive that. That'll be something new
That
that
is
we'll
correct.
receive.
So you're
All right,
correct.
Victor?
What I was gonna say is that a lot of times we don't look at the bottom line, but if you look at the amount of money that those people are gonna be paid and the ripple effect of that money changing hands in our area, you're looking at the end of 1 year, probably $1.25 million. And you're gonna fork up $900 a year for 5 years. It's a good investment.
All right, Ms. Epps?
Yes, my question is that, will this company be bringing in their own employees, or will they be hiring employees locally in our area?
Great question. I would imagine that they're probably going to have some of the officers that are with the company. Some of the larger salaries at the very top will probably be with the company originally. I don't know that. I can't back that up. So this is my assessment of it. hourly workers, the engineers, those folks will be from the area more than likely. And so the way economic development has worked in 2019, 2020 compared to what it was 20 years ago is that most people aren't moving to areas and bringing their employees with them. Most of the time, they're hiring locally. So I would imagine there would be a large number. I don't have that number for you today. I can't give you that specifically, but I would imagine there would be a large portion of that 14 that would come from local. Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Chair?
One other thing that I forgot, and another thing you're doing is you're sending a message of pro-business, that Russell County is pro-business, and that's the message we want to get out.
Well, I think Commissioner Corbett made probably the best point on this is we don't have a business like this. So you're not hurting anybody locally. In fact, you may even be helping them, because some of these 14 people probably spend some money locally. We hope they do.
Sure they will. I got one more
All right,
comment.
Commissioner.
And I didn't think about this till you said it, but I do know of an individual, a couple of years ago who told me he was starting to grow hemp, and I didn't think about him not having a place to take it. And I don't know if he's still doing it, but I do know there was a place in Hurtsboro. They were growing it on their property because I went out there on a call with the sheriff's office and almost had a heart attack. I thought it was marijuana.
Thought it was marijuana.
Looks
Looks just like it.
They had to explain to me what it was. So I do know we do have some local folks that are growing that as well.
You had one in your,
We have 13.
There you go.
you had one in your district too?
Yeah, I know. That's the one I'm talking about. I know one.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes, sir.
after everything been said, I can't support this 14 job, and we not making that much money on the property taxes as it is anyway. I just can't support it at this time, and then right on, I feel like we need the revenue anyway, and this is not a big
Right.
thing anyway.
Well, let me say that I would hope that these executives, whoever's coming, will buy or build homes
Sure.
in Russell County.
Sure. Yes, ma'am. I think that's absolutely correct.
I think
Well-
if they see we support it too, maybe they will.
Well, you know, I've said so Monday night, and I can't fathom us having this much discussion on a new company coming in, bringing in new jobs, when we have given abatements in the past for companies that wasn't even state companies, they were out of state, bringing no jobs, and we gave them a tremendous abatement on sales tax. So, call for the question.
District 1 Lee,
Yes.
District 3 Martin,
Yes.
District 4 Reed,
No.
District 5 Epps,
Yes.
District 6 Corbett,
Yes.
District 7 Scruggs. Motion carries.
All right, thank you, Commissioner.
Thank you.
Okay, county engineer, I think I'm gonna call on you for the rest of the day, almost.
Morning,
Not
Mr.
quite.
Chair, Commissioners. First thing on the agenda is I'd like to request the commission approve our 2020-2021 transportation plan for the new gas tax money we have. Y'all have in your packets a copy of the plan, what we're gonna do, and a map that we've got to get approved and sent to the ACCA where they could post on their website.
Motion to approve?
You heard a motion by Commissioner Corbett, is there a second?
I second.
Seconded by Commissioner Cruz, well, it's hard to hear him, so I'm gonna give him credit for it,
Sure.
Commissioner Martin. All right, any discussion? Call the question.
District 1 Lee,
Yes.
District 3 Martin,
Yes.
District 4 Reed,
Yes.
District 5 Epps,
Yes.
District 6 Corbett.
Yes.
District 7 Scruggs. Unanimous
Mr.
vote.
Chair, can I make one comment on that? I meant to make it then. Sean, the signs were well received on the projects that they've done, the Rebuild Alabama. One person told me he first thought it was just the county bragging on what they were doing, but didn't realize what the signs were, so I think they were well received.
Okay, and we will, once this is approved and for next year, we'll put up signs on the roads we're doing next year too.
Very good.
Yeah,
Next,
I even had one comment on the sign that said somebody's out there trying to, say, do away with the Russell County Commission.
Rebuild?
Yeah, rebuild, and it had a circle with a line through
Yeah,
it, which,
it
you know.
did.
All right, go
Next
ahead,
thing
sir.
on the agenda is a budget transfer for the highway department. It's, I'd like to decrease line item 212, which is fuel and lubricant, by $26,200. Increase line item 123, life insurance, by $3,100. Increase line item 228, uniform rental, by $1,000. Increase line item 251, telephone, by $100, and then increase line item 550, motor vehicles, by $22,000.
But you've heard the request from the engineer. You can tell it's getting end of the budget time. We'll probably have a few more of these before we pass a new budget. Is there a motion?
Motion to approve.
Motion by Commissioner Corbett to approve. Do we have a second?
I second.
Seconded by Commissioner Martin. Any other discussion? Call the question.
District 1 Lee?
Yes.
District 3 Martin?
Yes.
District 4 Reed?
Yes.
District 5 Epps?
Yes.
District 6 Corbett?
Yes.
District 7 Scruggs? Unanimous vote.
All right, Sean, the FAEF project.
Yes, we opened bids here in the commission chambers last Wednesday on the 19th for our Federal Aid Exchange Fund money that we've got this year. I would like to award and get the commission chair to sign the contract. It's for Fort Davis and Tuskegee Highway. And East Alabama was the only bidder, and their bid was $299,967.07.
As you heard the request, we have a all right, the motion is made by Commissioner Scruggs, seconded by Commissioner Corbett. Any other discussion? I just want to say, is the contract ready? Because I will be out of town probably tomorrow and Friday.
It'll be ready first next week, so
Okay,
we'll get you
good.
next week.
All right, call the question.
District 1 Lee?
Yes.
District 3 Martin?
Yes.
District 4 Reed?
Yes.
District 5 Epps?
Yes.
District 6 Corbett?
Yes.
District 7 Scruggs? Unanimous vote.
All right, CRAF.
This is our new, the County Rebuild Alabama Fund. We bid it also, opened the bids here on the 19th last week. East Alabama was the only bidder, and I'd like to get it awarded to East Alabama, and the commission signed the contract. It's for Lasso Loop in Ladonia area for $79,332.40.
As you've heard the request, we have a motion.
I so move.
Motion's made by Commissioner Martin, a second.
I'll second it.
Seconded by Commissioner Epps. Any other discussion? Call the question.
District 1 Lee?
Yes.
District 3 Martin?
Yes.
District 4 Reed?
Yes.
District 5 Epps?
Yes.
District 6 Corbett?
Yes.
District 7 Scruggs?
Surplus equipment.
Yes, sir. I'd like to request the commission approve for us to surplus equipment so we can sell them at the J.M. Wood auction in end of September. The auction's September 22nd through the 25th. It's a 08 Doosan excavator, an 08 Cat motor grader, and a 05 Komatsu excavator.
Heard the request of the engineer. We have a motion.
Motion to approve.
Motion's made by Commissioner Epps. We have a second.
Second.
Seconded by Commissioner Corbett. Any other discussion? If I want to buy those, can I try them out for 2 weeks?
Yeah, we'll let you try it out, I think, on site.
I'm just teasing. Any other discussion? Call the question.
District 1 Lee?
Yes.
District 3 Martin?
Yes.
District 4 Reed?
Yes.
District 5 Epps?
Yes.
District 6 Corbett?
Yes.
District 7 Scruggs? Unanimous vote.
All right, purchase excavator. Now that we freed up the money, now we're going to spend it.
That's my plan. Ask and get approval to purchase a 2020 Volvo EC220E excavator it's off of our ACCA county joint bid for $165,756.04.
Heard the request of the engineer. Is a motion?
Motion to approve.
Motion is made by Commissioner Corbett, seconded by Commissioner Scruggs. Discussion. I'd just like to say, being here, and I think Ms. Epps may have been here too then, before we had the joint ACCA bid, it sure has made things easier, because this was a major headache, bidding all these companies out. Then you'd get somebody say, well, we didn't receive a request, so they'd complain. But anyway, this is...
And we're adding things yearly, because I'm on that committee, the committee at Montgomery that we look over and review and send out bids. So
And don't think we
we're
don't get,
continuously adding things to it.
and don't think we don't get the best price. When these companies know that, 67 counties are gonna be looking at these bids, they're gonna give you a good price. Just wanted to make that comment, call the question.
Mr. Chairman.
Oh, yes.
Before you go any further, I just want to find out, I think we had a lot of stuff missing. Did we ever get that straightened out? Cause,
You talking about the stuff that was stolen?
yes, sir.
We recovered some of it.
We've
but-
recovered everything except the trailer and our lawnmowers, I
Right.
think. Everything else has been recovered. We found trucks and woods and trailers and all over the place, but the trailer with the 2 John Deere lawnmowers on them, riding lawnmower, 0 turns, is the only thing we haven't recovered.
Yeah, and hopefully we don't parked, the trailer's ready to go out the next day, already loaded and with lawnmowers on them.
Well, we've got upgraded our camera system, and every evening when we leave, we park heavy equipment in front of our gates, and the sheriff has worked with us, and we've got an older cop car down there that's in the parking lot consistently, and they'll have to do some work to get it now.
Do we have a dummy we can dress up and put in that car like that one on the way to Birmingham?
Yeah. I got a bunch of dummies. I wanna dress them up and sit them in the car, but, we do give them a car and ask them to move it around. It is one that's deadline, but can still move around. Obviously, it won't help if they leave it in the same spot every
Right.
night.
Yeah.
But, they are moving it and
Well,
doing what
I
they're
tell you what,
supposed to.
that is really an effective method, because like I stated, that one on the way to Birmingham,
Gets you every time.
it has been there for years, and they move, and I hit the brakes every time.
Phoenix-
And I know it's there.
Phoenix City had one on the bypass one time, and somebody ran up to it trying to get help. They wouldn't
Well, and
answer
another
it, so-
thing, I know Barber County got hit a couple, as soon as I talked to the sheriff about a month or so ago, the engineer called me, they got hit on a Wednesday or Thursday night, and I called sheriff the next day about the cop car, and like I said, we're, as engineers, because usually there was 3 counties they hit within a week of each other for the last 2 or 3 times, and so far, Barber's the only one they've got.
Well, we don't want to get back into that investigation, but,
Mr. Chairman.
yes,
I'm
ma'am.
gonna get back to the bid list what we was talking about. Yes, I was on the commissioner when we started. We did have a couple of classes on that, and I attended all of the classes when they started to, counties to, buying from a bid list. And at that time, we thought it was exciting because never knew I would be here this long and see what we're going through now with the pandemic. But we thought that was just so different that you can sit here and you can look at this stuff and then you can buy it from a list. You didn't know what you was looking at, because most of us at that time was young commissioners, and you go buy a car, you go to the car lot and you look at it, and you buy a piece of equipment, you go look at it and you buy it. But from buying on the bid list, it was something new for us at that time. So, yeah, I was here during that time, Commissioner.
Yeah, I thought you were, but it's been a real big success. Call the question, please.
District 1 Lee.
Yes, and if you don't remember what we're voting on, it's to purchase a new Volvo.
Excavator. Yeah, let's don't leave it at Volvo.
District 3 Martin.
Yes.
District 4 Reed.
Yes.
District 5 Epps.
Yes.
District 6 Corbett.
Yes.
District 7 Screw.
All right, John?
And I also would like to request to purchase off the AlDOT Equipment Bureau their surplus items, 2015 Chevy Silverado Extended Cab 4x4. It's got 64,241 miles, and the price is $20,305. And it's to replace a vehicle that transmission just went out in, older vehicle, I think it was a 02 or 03.
As you've heard the request from the engineer, we have a motion.
I have,
A motion
move.
made by Commissioner Screws,
I'll
seconded by
second it.
Commissioner Martin. Now, any discussion? Call the question.
District 1 Lee.
Yes.
District 3 Martin.
yes.
District 4 Reed.
Yes.
District 5 Epps.
Yes.
District 6 Corbett.
Yes.
District 7 Screw. Unanimous vote.
All right, Miss, I think that's it, right? For you?
Facebook,
I know, I mean for the engineer.
okay.
Okay. All right. Ms. Epps, Facebook?
Yes, thank you, Mr. Chairman. On Monday evening, we talked about the Facebook, and I was informed that we already have one set up, but apparently it wasn't announced, and we never passed it through this commissioner to have a Facebook. And I think to make it just legal and let the people know that we do have it, that we would just, if I would make a motion that we start to using the Facebook, but then we got to get someone to operate the Facebook.
As you've heard the request, we have a second.
I second.
Seconded by Commissioner Martin.
Now, I have a question.
Now, go
Now, how
ahead.
much is it gonna cost? Anything?
I don't know.
Facebook, you
Ma-
free on
Mr.
it.
Chair, Facebook's free, and we've already got an account set up. When we talked about it before, about trying to go, and what you're really asking for is not really the use of Facebook as much as you are the app or the portion of it, Facebook Live, right, for the commission meetings. I think it's a good idea. We have a great partner in CTV Beam. They televise our meetings, but for those people that are further out and who cannot receive their service just due to infrastructure issues, it would be a good way for them to watch our meetings on Facebook Live. So I agree with it. I think it's a good thing.
Yeah, I think it's something we need to try, and I don't know a whole lot about that kind of technology, but is it a possible way to connect Facebook to our system that moves
That's a
around?
bit higher than me. I don't know
I
about
don't
that.
either.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
have to ask Rob that question.
Because we have somebody back there that's manipulating our cameras. So-
We may be able to actually use the view back there on Facebook Live, and if we can get the sound back there, so that may be a way to do it.
Okay,
So,
all right. You've heard the request by Commissioner Epps, and that's in the form of a motion. We have a second? We already done that, I
Yeah,
think.
we did.
Okay. All right, call the question.
District 1 Lee,
Yes.
District 3 Martin.
Yes.
District 4 Reed,
Yes.
District 5 Epps.
Yes.
District 6 Corbett.
Yes.
District 7 Scruggs. Unanimous vote.
All right, Madam Administrator, budget meeting.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, I would like to request, following the commission meeting on September the 9th, we take a brief recess and come back to our public budget hearing. this
Can
Wednesday.
you add to that, if needed, September the 10th?
I'll be glad to, yes, sir. September 9th and 10th for the budget meeting, if needed.
All right, you have a request from the administrator. Is there a motion?
Yeah, motion to approve.
Motion by Commissioner Corbett, is a second.
I second.
Seconded by Commissioner Martin. Any other discussion? Now, you know, Commissioners, things can happen. That's still a couple of weeks away. Somebody may not be able to be here, but we can carry on anyway, as long as we got enough people. All right, call the question.
District 1 Lee,
Yes.
District 3 Martin.
Yes.
District 4 Reed,
Yes.
District 5 Epps.
Yes.
District 6 Corbett.
Yes.
District 7 Scruggs. Unanimous vote.
Service resolution? Thought we were doing that in executive session.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, if you don't mind, we'd like to take this item into executive session.
Okay, we have a letter from our
Yes, sir,
attorney
we do.
stating that this is a legitimate item to discuss in executive session. So, that all you got on that?
At this time.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right, now, the attorney has requested an executive session. Do we have a motion?
Motion to approve.
Motion by Commissioner Corbett, seconded by Commissioner Martin. Call the question.
District 1 Lee,
Yes.
District 3 Martin.
Yes.
District 4 Reed,
Yes.
District 5 Epps.
Yes.
District 6 Corbett,
Yes.
District 7 Scruggs.
Before we go into executive session, we probably just need to go ahead and finish the agenda. We may come back, we may just come back and adjourn, so we don't know how long we'll be in here. So, under discussion, I know Commissioner Corbett wanted to mention something.
I have two short ones. One was we got an email, and I didn't get the email till yesterday, but I got it from 4 different people about a Census Bowl. It's a competition that the census has put together. It gives $1,500 to the county to help promote this competition that is held or conducted within the school systems to try to find interactive or better ways to get people to sign up for the census. You compete against other counties in a bracketed system, kind of like the March Madness brackets. And each week, the first week it actually starts, I think, is September 2nd. Now, I'm saying all of this because I literally read it this morning. But starts September 2nd. I think Butler County is the first county we would be up against. And they score you on the number of people in your county that have signed up for the census. So if the first week we had more than Butler County had, we'd move to the next bracket. At the end, there is prize money. When you get to the last 4, I think it's $20,000 apiece. That prize money goes to the school systems, and it can only be used for things for the students. So I'm interested. I don't know that I want to run it. It seems like it'll be a little bit of work, but I'm interested, and I think we ought to approve it and then bring it back to talk about it. The problem is we will not have another meeting before it starts.
We put up $1,500.
No, ma'am, that
No,
we'll get
no,
$1,500.
It don't cost us anything.
But we stand to gain 20,000.
More than that, $65,000 in prize money. Yes,
If
ma'am.
you win.
If you win, if you're the
Ms.
number one,
Horn,
it's
And it's very
65,000.
competitive, y'all.
Ms.
Sure.
Horn, do you have this application? Because they keep asking me, we hadn't received our application for the Census Bowl, and I hadn't seen an application.
The 4 emails I got yesterday said we're trying to get in touch with the Russell County Commission and have been unable to. I don't know where they're sending it to. This was the first time I saw it, but like I said, I got it from 4 different people. Sean was actually one of them that sent it to me as well, yesterday, for consideration. I think the census is that important that we should not be a county that's not going to, do what we can, and we just need to get creative in the next week or two, probably next week, the rest of this week and next week. We need to get creative and figure out how we're gonna get with Brenda Coley or Superintendent Coley and also, Wilkes, and figure out how we might get the school systems involved in getting a little promotional campaign going. At least we need to try.
This is run by ADECA.
I can call them and see if they can
And,
send it to
you
me.
know,
I've got it. I actually found it on email.
Okay.
from
Do they
you
have
last
some
night.
flyers that we
have you
can
got
put
the,
out?
have you got the actual application?
I found it. It was
Okay.
in one of the
All right,
emails
well-
that were forwarded.
I don't think we need a motion to do this.
I just want to, we want the chair to sign it,
Yeah,
so,
well, I'll sign it if somebody will show it to me.
good.
But, it's something that, and I don't imagine that they will go by who has the most. I think they'll have to go by census, because it'd be hard for us to compete with Jefferson County or some of those on who had the most census. It'd have to be a percentage, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not sure. It wasn't, and again, I
know,
read this
I
one
know.
time.
Well, like I
but
said,
it
I
was
found
not-
out about it yesterday.
It's only 32 counties, and it's the lower 32
Okay.
in the production in the school system, so it's not all 67
good,
counties.
good.
So we have a better chance,
Fighting
because a
chance.
lot of the counties that are going to be involved in this are probably, in southwest or the southern portions of the state, so.
Okay, you said you had something else.
The other thing I wanted to mention, that just for an announcement, I got notified yesterday that it looks like we've got a Wiregrass grant for Crawford Park for some educational signage that we applied for, so should be $4,100. I should have the paperwork on it by the next time.
Good. Any other commissioners have anything before we go to executive session? We
Mr.
got-
Chairman,
Oh, yes.
since this only thing we got, I think, you think it'd be feasible for us just go ahead and go into our executive session right here and just cut the microphone off? So rather than going to another building.
Well, I was just fixing to ask, are we supposed to, if we cleared with the probate judge to go in there?
I think so. I didn't see him either when I came by his office.
And one other comment on that too, I think
You went in.
we'll plan to come back, hopefully, we're gonna come back and vote on doing some action on this, so that is a point that I wanted to make.
Yeah, we probably will come back, but, I hate to, we'd have to clear the room and turn the microphones off if you want to stay in here. What's the pleasure of the commission?
I don't have no problem with it. I don't know about the other commission, just turn the mic off. Just keep going back and forward anyway.
Fine with me. We just got to clear the room.
Mr. Chair,
Yes.
I'd like to yield to the engineer for a second. He had an announcement I think he needs to make, and I think it's an appropriate one.
Yeah, I think I
Yes, I
have.
had an employee whose father passed away Friday from Parks and Rec, and, they're going through some difficult times, so I started a GoFundMe page, and I've sent out a lot of invites, so if anybody got anything, please do not say a prayer for his family, because, like I said, they've lost another family member a couple weeks ago, and then he lost his dad Friday.
Okay. Yeah, please, try to help out this family if you can.
Mr. Chairman, one more thing. I got one more thing here.
Okay?
I think on Woodland Drive, I had a person that called me, and they was concerned about the trash on that road there. It's been spread all over, all in the road and everything. And you need to have somebody go down there and just go all the way down Woodland Drive and just check on that, see where all the trash should be. It's all, just scattered in people's yards.
Sean?
We'll be through with that today, we've been picking it up the last 2 days.
Okay.
Yep.
Woodland Drive seems to get a lot of trash for
A lot
some reason.
of traffic on that road.
But a lot of reason behind that too is, we usually have 2 people with 3, 4, 5 inmates going around picking up trash, and for the last several months, we've had no inmates, so when we're getting off our route, we started Monday, when we're getting off our route, we're sending guys out picking up trash along the roadside.
Okay.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes, ma'am.
I would just like to say, thanks to the engineer department for 2 roads that he did, that the peoples is really just raging about. Woodland Loop sent me a card. I told him about it. Wanted to thank us for doing their road, because they've been trying to get it done over the years, and so they sent a card of thank you, and I had intended to bring it, but when I didn't put it where I was supposed to have it this morning, I'd be trying to get out of the house, but I want, the people on Woodland Loop wanted to say thank you for the engineer department for doing their road, and also the ones on Horseshoe Drive. And Horseshoe Drive was very excited because we had done that once, and I think when we first did it, those big wheelers, they had those, and they just tore it up completely afterward. But they are very excited about how the county have done their roads, and those are good reports that I like to report to the county to let them know that the engineer department is doing a good job on the roads. Thank you so much for your service.
Okay, is the air conditioning working upstairs? Yeah,
Halfway.
It's freezing down here, it's working
50%.
down here.
yeah, I mean, because I'm trying to decide, if we're gonna come back, I hate to make everybody go stand outside, so.
Yeah, I agree with that. Let's just
So
go.
We can go to
we
the
will,
conference room.
we will dismiss into executive session. We'll try the judge's room first. If not, we'll go upstairs. So we'll see y'all in 5 minutes. All right, the motion's been made to reconvene. Have a second? All right, we are back in session. Mr. Attorney?
Mr. Chairman, I recommend that the county commission adopt a resolution to provide Tier 1 benefits to Tier 2 plan members. The resolution is in your file, and I recommend that you pass that today.
All right, you've heard the recommendation by the attorney, and what this
Motion to approve.
is all employees now will be under Tier 1 retirement system if this passes. Motion's made by Commissioner Corbett and seconded by Commissioner Martin. Any other discussion? Call the question.
I will say one thing real quick. I think this is a great thing that we're doing for the county employees that were hired after 2013. It is a huge benefit to our county. Gives the employees the ability to come work in Russell County and get the benefits of the Tier 1, which includes a 25-year retirement, and for the folks that are eligible for the stress bill to get stress benefits as well.
Well, you know, this is a fairness thing. I mean, RSA probably came up with this because of money crunch. Or because I think everybody was trying to get out after 25, especially in the education field. 25 years, especially if you're in the classroom, is a long time. And this, you know, to make it fair for I never did think it was fair for some of our employees to be under one system and some under another. I know my daughter fell into this trap with UAB because she had to leave because of some health issues. And then when she got ready to go back, she had to go into Tier 2 instead of Tier 1, which has really hurt her. But anyway, that's the way they work. Call the question. Yes. Unanimous vote. Okay. That concludes the business today of the Russell County Commission. To have a motion to